anyone's watching it. This is my first live stream ever, so I have no clue what's happening. But today for this live stream, I'm going to be solving this project on Codecademy. So let's start. Alright, so my first task is to get a feel of the transaction table. Here I do a star select where I do a select star where star represents all of the columns from the table. The transaction data is the data they have already provided, and that's the table name. Limit 10 is so that we only see the first 10 rows of the table. So here we go. This is what it looks like. It has an ID column, a full name column, an email column, a zip code, and an IP address. Cool. So this is done. Let's go to the next task. The finance department noted that some of the fraudulent transactions were recorded as coming from Smoky Bear zip code. Alright. You agree this is suspicious and unlikely that the fire prevention mascot is using reputable company service. Find the full name and email of the transaction listing as per that zip code. Alright, so basically they want us to give just the full name and the email ID of that particular zip code. That's it. That's a pretty straightforward SQL code or query. So I give my two column names, full name and email, and then from the table name, which is transaction data. And then where zip, since zip is my column name, zip equals to 20252. There, and a semicolon. There we go. Let's see what it looks like. And this is what it looks like. For the third task, they want us to finance have also noticed a number of pseudonyms associated with fraudulent transactions. The fraudsters thought it would be funny to use Art Vendley for their full name or add a Der for their middle name. I think it's supposed to be a joke. I didn't get that reference. If you got that reference, good for you. But basically they want us to get names or get rows which has names similar to these. Alright, so let's do that. Find the names and emails. Alright, so same as the first query, they want us to get the names and emails. From transaction I have quite intentionally turned off autosuggest because I do not want them to since I'm practicing, I do not really want them to give me how to fill the queries. So this is just for practicing. If you want, you can turn on the auto code suggest and they'll help you with that. Where full name equals, so they have said that the name is changed to this. So let's for the full name or add a dir for the middle name. since there is no middle name column, I believe we can do it like this. Let's see. Here I'm using or since it's either this name or they have added a dir for the middle name. So let's see if it turns up anything. A semicolon, and here we go. So if you got for art when delay, but we did not get for art dir when delay, let's try another query with a like in it. So I just copy pasted the same code, and instead of using an equals, I'm going to use a like. There you go. So basically I'm saying find me anything starting with art and ending with when delay with anything in between, and it basically turned up the same thing. So I think there was supposed to be a joke here. I didn't get that. Cool. The next query is they want us there are some irregularities in the IP address where the transactions are originating from. For example, any IP address beginning with 10 is reserved for internal use. We shouldn't see IP addresses like this accessing reputable company services. Find the IP addresses and email listed with these transactions. So basically they want us to find all the IP addresses starting with 10. If you are already advanced in SQL, this will be a little too easy for you. And I believe the format they have stored IP address is a string, so we can use the same like format for that as well. So let me just copy paste this again. Here instead of full name they want IP address from transaction data where IP address like 10 dot anything. So yeah, here we go. We have all the IP addresses starting with a 10 and a dot. So we are good to go with fourth as well. Only two more to go. Users are making fraudulent transactions using a temporary email address service. These services provide a short-lived email that can be verified and then self-destructs. Find the emails in transaction data with tempemail.com as domain. Alright, so I think what they basically want us to do is find all the emails that ends with tempemail.com. So I believe will be pretty much the same as this one. So let me copy this one. Find the emails in transactions. So they just want the emails from transaction data where email like, and over here I will say starts with or match all the characters before tempemail.com, and just to be sure I will put and at the rate over there to see if it's an actual email. Let's see what this turns up. And here we go, voila. We have all the email IDs that has a domain of tempemail.com. So this is done as well. And for the final one, the finance department is looking for a specific transaction. They know that the transaction occurred from an IP address starting with Itna and their full name starts with John. Alright, so they just want, so it's pretty straightforward. They kind of want us to combine these two email structures. So here we go. IP address like 120 since it will be a single row, let's just get that everything from there. And they want the IP address to start from 120 and they want the name to start with John. Like JOHN. And then followed by anything. And we get the final transaction, which is ID 672, a guy named Jonathan. Let's see what happens if we put a space over there. So there's no guy named. Let's see if we have any guy named John at this particular IP address. So we have all the IP address starting from 120 and we can see there's no John. We have just one Jonathan, which is the query that turned up. So let me put it back to John and there we go. Voila. And that's about it. I'll share this at my GitHub if you guys want to have a look at this query. Otherwise it's pretty straightforward if you have some experience with SQL. So thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in. Bye bye.